IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Paytm Money. So we had a really interesting week on the network. Definitely check out some of the shows that came out there. We had interesting episodes on Cyrus Says, Advertising is Dead, Filter Coffee Podcast, Glass Station Adulthood, Mr. and Mrs. Binge Watch, Besa Vesa. All of these shows had some really, really cool guests on, and there were some really good episodes out there. Do check them out. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Hi, welcome to a brand new episode of Smile India with me, Shifa Maitra. Have you noticed how our capacity and need for small talk has lessened so much since we've been in lockdown? I, for one, felt we spent too much time in mindless conversations in offices and elevators. Now, I let the cuckoo bird do the talking. Hey, let me tell you about the woman who decided it was time to act and not just talk. I'm referring to the mayor of Mumbai, Kishori Pednekar. She was a nurse for many years of her life till she joined politics. And now, when she saw her city suffering, she decided to get back to nursing. She went to the BMC-run Sion Hospital to offer her services. But because she's above the age limit required, she was told they will call her only if there is an emergency. The gesture is so moving. Now the mayor in her nurse's uniform goes to BMC hospitals like Nair and Sion regularly to give moral support to the nurses who are frontline warriors. She says she's been in their place, so she wants to make sure they're comfortable. It's also comfort that the authorities offered to around 54 migrant workers in Sikar, Rajasthan. They were tired walking and were allowed to stay in a school in Palsana that was shut due to the lockdown. The health authorities checked them and asked them to be quarantined for 14 days since they'd come from areas with COVID-19. The school administration offered them food and made sure they were looked after in that period. The migrant laborers were grateful and decided to repay the kindness. Among them were painters and carpenters, so they took it upon themselves to give the school a much-needed makeover. They asked the authorities for what they needed, and the school was cleaned, furniture repaired, saplings planted, and the entire building painted. Another complete labor of love at display. In fact, random acts of kindness is what I'm noticing across the country. Like in Assam's Hojai district, Debu Saha felt like doing something for the frontline warriors who he saw at work. He had a dhaba and was offering veg meals at 50 rupees to truck drivers. But he realized that they could not even afford that because of the lockdown. So he took a decision one night and put up a board stating that nurses, police personnel and truck drivers could now get the meal at 1 rupee. This meant a difference between food and starvation for some people, and they cannot stop thanking him. He feels it's his duty and makes him feel good. More power to Debu and his tribe. If becoming less self-centered is the new normal, I'm all for it. When people give because they can afford to, it's great. But when someone does it by stepping out of their comfort zone, it's really something. Like 87-year-old Khalida Begum from Jammu did something amazing. She always wanted to go for a Hajj pilgrimage, and over the years she'd been saving up for it. She had 5 lakh rupees with her when the lockdown began. Then she was very moved by the devastation it was causing in India. So one day she asked her son to call Seva Bharti, a local NGO, and donated all her savings for COVID relief. She says they need it more than I do. Well, this virus is surely changing us in more ways than one. Here are some tips for you before I sign off. With everyone indoors and parents constantly looking at ways to keep their children occupied, my suggestion is to teach them basic life skills. How to cook, how to clean, to repair stuff around the house, if you can, how to grow vegetables at home, how to bank, how to manage your finances. You don't have to be in school to get an education. If you would like more positive news on India, check out Good News Indians on Facebook. For more podcasts on a range of subjects, head to the IVM site or wherever you get your podcasts from. See you soon. Till then, stay home, stay safe.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money.
On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.
Advertising is dead. Yep, you heard me right. Advertising is dead. We're all in the content business now. Let's not call it news, TV, radio, etc., etc. It's all content, and we're in the middle of this weirdly exciting phase where all the borders and lines that have been drawn over decades has been swept away by this lovely thing called the internet. We're a show where we don't dwell on just the stuff that is now, but rather the wider stuff about advertising, media, content, and the whole goddamn circus surrounding it. Tune in every Tuesday for our weekly unboxing of the mystery box we used to call advertising. I'm Varun Dugirala, co-founder and content chief at The Glitch, and this is my new podcast, Advertising is Dead.